So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
52's the mark, boy. 52.
Throwing, Prescott. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The Cowboys had 10 and 5 to start play. And they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Run of the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. He'll get this up to the 34, and a good lane opening up right away for him.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Prescott to throw on 4th. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. A little surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses this is going to be a shootout type of a game. That they've got to match them point for point, as opposed to, hey, we'll get them later. Maybe he just has that sense, and that's why he decided to go for it there.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
98 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Open man left side. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They find some open field here. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Commanders are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Prescott to throw it. That's Gallup on the slant. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Nothing the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Back 55.
Looking to throw. Prescott. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And the Commanders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or 2 to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now we got whistles before the snap. Looked like one of the Commanders jumped. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. A false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
He'll look to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll set up a throw.
Is to the sideline and incomplete. Nearly intercepted, in fact, but he couldn't hang on. Fourth down. So on fourth down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away.
Back deep, Khalif Raymond. This is taken around the 12.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On second down, it's Pollard.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on third down.
Here's a quick throw by Dak, complete out wide.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Play action now, Prescott.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Chase Young.
He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Under pressure, they got him again.
Montez Sweat. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Well, when you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
.33 yards is the distance on the punt there.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
19 Tiger.
They'll go again with Gibson.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They'll look to throw here on first down.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, 41 yards.
And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes the score 21-0.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Chase Young.
That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again.
He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott.
And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he gets this up past the 30.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Prescott. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And he will find his man on the outside.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 38-yard line.
Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. That's to his running back, complete.
He will have the conversion and more than that.
Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard from 19 yards away.
And the Cowboys are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
So with a missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
He'll look to throw.
Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. And he's going to have a Commander's first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check back 27. Check back 27. Here we go again.
Gibson again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
Got an open man, finds Gibson.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Let's go now.
2nd and 8 coming up. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment and shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football.
And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson
with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Commanders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Sly on for the extra point.
He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the fourth quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now back to throw. Ball puts it on the carpet. It's out.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
They run the toss now with Gibson. Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
They'll drop to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Gibson, toss right.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Looking to throw.
The throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So a victory here for the Commanders.
And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Commanders, they move to 9-7 on the year with one game remaining.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.